is the main event of the evening. Live from the sold-out T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, it's time!
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the BG Show. I'm here with my friend Ed, making his first appearance, and today we are here to talk about UFC 278. We are going to be doing a preview show and a post show. That's the plan for most cards. So let's get right into it. It's Usman against Edwards, as you can see behind us. Let's just do initial reactions, and we'll kind of get into the betting lines and kind of, just have a free-flowing conversation. So this fight kind of flown under the radar a little bit, I think. Usman, he's just kind of established as the pound-for-pound number one. He's never really been in danger in a while. I think Edwards is one of the most underrated guys in the sport. What do you think?
Definitely very well-rounded, has no weaknesses, but he's not great at any of those aspects.
Right. Do you think he has? Would you be surprised if he won? Like, how would you?
I would be very surprised, just because Usman is on such a run, and he's not. Leon Edwards doesn't have that KO power, that one-punch knockout power. And I feel like you need that to stop Kamaru.
So the last time that Edwards has lost was to Usman, and we have the fights pulled up here. So he lost to Usman December 2015. So it's been almost 7 years, and this is why, I think this is where, you get into trouble betting, is people don't, you're not in the same place from fight one to fight two.
Yeah.
So, this is, the classic thing that happened to Masvidal. Masvidal was in his prime, and Usman was, really good, and then Masvidal, you're like, oh, the second fight is going to be like the first fight, but you don't, Masvidal got worse, and Usman kept getting better and better, and then he just knocked him out. So, when they first announced the fight, I was like, oh, Edwards is a huge dark horse pick. I really loved it. But looking at it now, I really love Usman, because when he fought Burns, I bet on Burns. Yeah. And after, I'm like, why didn't I just bet on, what am I doing? Why didn't I just bet on the champ? So, I guess let's talk about how we think the fight's going to go. I think Usman's going to win the decision, similar to the last one. He's going to get a couple of takedowns. I think this is going to be a pretty boring fight. Yeah, I mean, he almost reminds me of LeBron. He's so good that he just doesn't.
Yeah, he could control.
There's not much. I'm just trying to think of Edwards' path to victory, because he's not going to knock him out.
Yeah, he'd have to outpoint him, use the kicks, move around.
And the thing is, winning a decision against a champ, especially an established champ, they're not going to give you the belt. We've seen it, even when fights I guess Moreno, Figueiredo, they kind of go back and forth, but I don't know, it doesn't seem like the judges, unless you really, really dominate the guy, they don't give you the decision.
Yeah, that's right. And just Usman has more paths to victory. He has good control with his jab, his wrestling.
Can knock him out.
And KO power, so.
What do you think? Okay, so let's talk about the 170 class. If Usman wins, what do you think he does next?
Moves up.
To fight Adesanya? Oh, you think he's going to skip him to 205?
He's going to go to 205.
And do you think he's doing that because he wants to, or because he's avoiding Khamzat?
I think it's more of he doesn't want to fight Adesanya, and I don't know.
Do you think he vacates?
I think he vacates and moves up. I really think so.
See, I think that's nuts. If you vacate the title instead of fighting Chimaev, I think that's nuts, because if you beat Chimaev, you can be you can be the GOAT.
Yeah.
I mean, he's in the discussion. I think he doesn't have the charisma. If you put his resume with Connor's charisma, I feel like people would think that's why he dresses the way he does. He's trying to
Yeah.
I feel like Colby almost inspired him, Covington.
Yeah, definitely.
Because he wasn't like that, and now he just feels like he has to do it.
He needs to embrace that heel role. Everyone hates him. If he just digs into it, he'll be a star for sure.
So, I'm just looking at who Edwards has beaten, and I don't know. I just don't. I like that he fought Nate in a 5-round fight. Actually, they got 5-round experience. That's a big deal.
Yeah,
because now he he has the gas tank. Even if he didn't look amazing, he has the gas tank. And Nate's a tough fight. He won unanimous. Everyone's ripping on him because he got hit at the end, but he still won a unanimous decision. I thought that's a good tune-up fight for him.
Definitely. But it showed that he got gas in the 5th round, and that's a big risk, I guess, against Kamaru, who never gets tired.
So all right, we're going to talk about the other fights here. Let me see if I could add in, hold on, guys. I'm adding in another background here, just so you can see. There we go. 1 second. drop this here. There we go. So, I actually impressed myself how fast I did that. Okay. So, we already spoke about... Oh, no. Let's not move us. Let's move... Picture. Well... Shit. There we go. So, we already spoke about Usman. Let's talk about the next fight. Costa and Rockhold Onyx. So, the last time we saw Rockhold, if you guys... He hasn't been in the ring since 2019. He's a weird guy. He gets ripped on a lot by UFC Twitter because he's kind of corny, like believe achieve, whatever he talks about, those lines, and like
samurai.
But he's built like if you saw this guy in public, you'd be like, I'm not fucking with that guy. Like, he's built like a brick shit house. He's got no body fat. He's got like he looks like Hercules pretty much.
Yeah.
But he's got no chin, and he's been knocked out I think 4 of his last 5 fights.
Yeah. Was
the UFC champ in 2015, which in fighting years that's an eternity. That's like so long. So who do you think's gonna win and how?
I'm gonna go Paulo Costa KO. However, Luke Rockhold's training, new coach.
Where's he training now? And
he's with a Perillo.
Where I don't know.
Which is a Perillo, so that's the Ruka gym. So that's Cheeto's coach.
He
coached Bisping when he became the champion.
Okay, interesting.
So that guy's, an elite coach.
Yeah.
And Rockhold's biggest issue is his chin, right? And since Perillo's a great boxer, I'd expect his defense to be better, but Paulo Costa's just an animal,
Yeah, man. I think Costa's gonna knock him out. He's minus. It says 315 here. I'm trying to think I love betting him KO here.
Yeah.
I think because Costa's gonna gas out anyway. So, 3-round fight. I like the KO bet here, and I feel like Costa's really underrated because he lost Adesanya and he lost to Vettori, and Vittori's really underrated. Like Vittori's really good, and so. Costa's a tough guy. I think this is gonna be an easy win for him. I think Rockhold's done. I wouldn't even be. I don't see how his chin is gonna get better 2 years later, which is because he took a big break. I don't think that's how it works. Once your chin is gone, it's gone. And look what happened to Cody Garbrandt. Like it's just gone.
Yeah.
Especially and Costa just fought at 205, so the fact that he's even gonna make 185 is bad news because he's gonna be huge for this fight. So I think Costa is gonna beat him.
Big question is Costa gonna make weight? That is the question there.
Yeah, and if you're Costa, I mean, is it worth it to lose 20% of your purse and come in and just knock him out? And just because long-term earnings potential, he's number 6. If he gets another knockout, he's right back in the. Yeah. I think Costa against Adesanya is an underrated rematch that's not being talked about because that whole thing with the wine in Abu Dhabi, that was weird. Get him. I mean, it's not going to work now because he's fighting in November, right? Yeah. He wins the Brazil card.
Yep.
Because I say have Adesanya defend in Brazil against Costa. That's not they need some Brazilian guys, and that's why it's weird. Because now, all right, we'll do the next fight, the third main fight, Aldo against Merab, and Merab is like the ultimate guy that, not that I'm like an expert, but like if you're a casual, that you just never heard of him probably. Yeah. He's won 7 fights in a row. He's from Georgia, the country Georgia, but he trains out of Long Island, the same gym as Aljo, Matt Serra, Ray Longo's gym, Chris Weidman's gym. And so basically he's really good friends with Aljamain Sterling, and if he wins this fight, he's going to be right there for a title shot. I think this is really his breakout fight. This is why he's getting Aldo to, this is definitely like his moment. And if he wins, then it gets interesting because him and Sterling don't want to fight. So they're talking, he might go up or down to I don't know how he's going to go down to 25. Or Sterling might go up to 45. I think this is great value getting him for minus 125. He's in his prime. Aldo's old. This is already small for Aldo because he's usually a featherweight. So I think he might knock him out. Aldo's tough, so I don't think he'll knock him out. But I think he'll get a unanimous decision here. You're going Merab. Unanimous decision, yeah.
I'm gonna go Aldo here, just because of the experience, and who is Merab's latest fights? He hasn't fought the top of the division, I don't believe.
All right, let's see. So Marlon Moraes is his latest victory.
Marlon Moraes has lost how many in a row?
That was about a year ago. So. Yeah, he beat Cody Stamann. He beat not that many.
Yeah. So this is a big step up.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go Aldo here.
I just love, obviously I don't say this, but I love 7 fights in a row because that means it's not just 7 fights in a row, it's like camp win.
Yeah.
Camp cut weight win. Camp cut weight. It's like that means you've been locked in for so long to win 7 in a row. Like how many guys even have a 7-fight win streak right now? Usman, Volk, probably Adesanya, and that's 7 in the UFC too.
Yeah.
You know, those are legit.
Yeah, he's definitely ascending, but it's just a big step up, and you know, I still think Aldo has a little bit left in the tank.
Yeah, we'll see.
I think so. You saw what Cheeto did his last fight, and Aldo was able to beat him. So that's big. That's big points there. You know, it makes it look pretty good. Good win there.
Let's talk about what else do we want to talk about? All right, so I would say to recap. We both like Usman by decision.
Yes.
We think that's the value bet. We like Costa by knockout.
Yes. And
then I like Merab by decision, and you like Aldo by decision. So we differ there, but overall, those are kind of what we like. Not the strongest pay-per-view, I think. I say this is definitely a streaming pay-per-view. I would not buy this one. You can never really predict, but even if the fights are good, the title is probably going to stay in the same hands. There's not that much, the landscape of the UFC is going to be that much different after this fight, you know?
Yeah.
I guess let's look at the prelims now to kind of see. I'll try to plug them in maybe after the video, but Marcin Tybura, this is probably the most against Romanov is probably the biggest prelim fight.
It's pretty.
I mean, it's kind of whatever. Miranda Maverick. I don't see. I guess. I don't. Oh, this guy AJ Fletcher is actually a kind of decent prospect. He's on the early prelims. I kind of like this pick. He's Poirier's his mentor, and he trains an American top team. And Poirier's the guy that's been hyping him up.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. So I mean, like we said, this has got to be his brother, right?
Oh yeah, twins.
Francisco Figueiredo. So I'm seeing this guy, Francisco Figueiredo, looks exactly like Davidson. He's got to be his brother. Plus 330 dog. Interesting. Yeah, I haven't heard a bunch. I can't lie, I haven't heard a bunch of these guys in the early prelims except Fletcher. But this is why we watch. Got to scout. Oh, Sean Woodson, I know. Sean Woodson. So Sean Woodson fought. Who did I just see him fight? I was watching an old video. I don't remember. But anyway, yeah, these are going to be on ABC and ESPN, the prelims, and then they go to pay-per-view on ESPN Plus. We're going to be doing, a reaction show. So if you like this, we'll get into our thoughts on the fights. We'll be watching them, obviously. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Any closing thoughts?
Yeah, I think that's it.
All right, this is our first UFC show. Like I said, we're going to be doing a bunch of these. Hopefully, we'll be getting better. But thanks for watching, guys. Bye. Fuck. It's all right. I'll edit this out.